Before Mira ever found the library that changed how she read herself, there was another place she used to go as a child. It was the hallway outside the classroom where she once waited too long after school, sitting on the cold floor while the building slowly emptied. The lights hummed overhead. Her backpack felt heavier than it should have. She remembered asking a question earlier that day and not getting an answer. Not really. Just a distracted nod, already gone before she finished speaking. So, she waited. Minutes passed in a way that felt like they were deciding something about her. No one came. And in that small gap, between what was true and what was not, answered, something quietly formed in her mind. An assumption. I guess I'm not being looked for. She didn't say it out loud, but in her mind? The mind is good at writing things in invisible ink. Years later, Mira would find that this is how most invisible beliefs are born. In pauses where no one explains what just happened. In feelings too big for a child to carry alone. When a child is scared and no one comes, the mind tries to help by filling in the silence. Maybe my feelings don't matter. Maybe I'm on my own. Maybe I shouldn't need anything. When a child is ignored or blamed, the mind tries again. Something must be wrong with me. I must not be enough. It must be my fault. These are not truths. They are interpretations formed in moments of confusion, attempts to make sense of emotional pain without guidance. But the mind does not label them as temporary guesses. It stores them as conclusions. And over time, repeated enough, they stop feeling like thoughts and start feeling like identity. A child who once thought, I am not being seen, may grow into an adult who feels invisible in rooms full of people. A child who once thought, I am too much, may grow into an adult who shrinks themselves before anyone else can. Much later, when Mira returned to the library, she understood something she hadn't before. The books there weren't predicting her life. They were showing her the quiet sentences she had written during moments no one witnessed. And every assumption she had never questioned was just a story that once helped her survive uncertainty, but was never meant to define her forever. That is where what just happened begins. Not with answers, but with the hidden assumptions we never realized we made. The book doesn't rush you. It slows things down. It breaks emotions into smaller pieces so you can see what was actually happening in those moments when no one was there to help you make sense of them. Because once you can see the assumption clearly, it stops being invisible. And what was once a belief becomes something you can finally examine. So as you begin this reading, you are not just learning a concept, you are retracing the quiet logic of your own past moments, and noticing, maybe for the first time, that many of the things you believed about yourself were never facts, just assumptions made in the absence of understanding. Thank you for listening, your life coach, Luz Maria Vasquez.